When faced with extinction, every alternative is preferable. Geshu Lin was fighting the embodiment of war, a monster bent on the destruction and obliteration of humanity. We don't know how long Geshu Lin was a general for, only that Ovathrax has been a constant threat to Jinzhou, and therefore the rest of Huanglong. Should Jinzhou fall, the destruction to mankind would be devastating, and with the legendary rover missing, it is unknown whether or not a miracle, like that of 100 years ago, would happen, where he'd show up with Yue to save everyone. As we know, that was not going to happen. Additionally, when he finally had the chance to strike at Ovathrax, the first recorded instance of Retroact Raint began falling. Instead of letting Ovathrax's weapon work like this, he made the choice to save countless lives in the future. By defeating Ovathrax then and there, it would come at the cost of hundreds, or even thousands of soldiers, but with Ovathrax defeated, an entity capable of moving tacit discords, essentially the only known strategist for the enemy, countless more lives were saved. The usage of the Retroact Raint would mean that as time goes on, more and more people die, and if the line never broke, then all of Jinzhou would fall. To Geshu Lin, the amount of soldier deaths would be the same, just in a different time frame, and so he chose the option that minimizes civilian deaths. Again, at this time, Jiyan didn't have his forte. Geshu Lin was pretty much the only powerful forte user. Unfortunately, the greatest resonator of all time, Taoqi, wasn't there. Otherwise, she probably could have parried the Retroact Rain droplets like a Dark Souls player. However, in all seriousness, Taoqi likely did not have her forte at this point. Like many other characters, she may have only received it after Geshu Lin died and Ovathrax was defeated. Additionally, Geshu Lin did not do his charge for any selfish reason, such as glory or vanity. Geshu Lin sacrificed himself, arguably making his charge more heroic or just as heroic as Commander Ereben's charge in Attack on Titan, a character who shares similarities with Geshu Lin. The only reason Geshu Lin has a reputation he does is because his plan worked and everyone in Jinzhou lives, and that is what they elected to do with what he left behind: tarnish his legacy. Did he have to sacrifice so many lives? Perhaps not, but he sacrificed himself first and foremost. Geshu Lin was the first general on the front lines fighting. However, this fighting would come at a cost to his mental state, even more so when the Retroact Raint fell, and he had to kill his own fallen soldiers a second time. Remember, the dead are resurrected as tacit discords during the Retroact Raint. The strength of will, the inner turmoil, grief, depression, his anger, yet his will and will alone surpassed all other human emotions within him. He stuck with the plan, defeated Ovathrax, and Jiyan, awakening with his forte, would retreat. Only after Geshu Lin died and defeated Ovathrax did Jiyan get his forte and Jinzhou become the magistrate. Only after Ovathrax and her defeat would Rover awaken in Huanglong. Geshu Lin was single-handedly holding back Ovathrax for what is likely years. Did hundreds and thousands of soldiers die under his command? Yes. Did he save lives by defeating Ovathrax and ensuring the Retroact Raint couldn't be controlled by her? Also yes. Let us as well remember Jiyan. According to the exploration report, the war reached Jinzhou, a surprising and shocking development, implying that Geshu Lin never had them break beyond the wall, but Jiyan did. To be fair to Jiyan, however, the manpower shortage that Geshu Lin left behind is mostly to blame for this, not Jiyan's skills, tactics, or strategies. This also explains why Qixia, Yuan Wu, as well as Jin Xin also showed up to the battle, because it already reached the city itself. Unfortunately, I believe that Geshu Lin's reputation among the people is more tarnished now, and the fact that the only reason why Rover and Jiyan are alive because of Abby will just be glossed over in favor of making them appear stronger and more heroic than Geshu Lin. Geshu Lin might have died, but he did still fight Ovathrax solo, after fighting through hordes of tacit discords and having to kill them over and over again. Geshu Lin is arguably one of the more underrated characters in Wuthering Waves, and perhaps more heroic than even Rover, as he never risked mankind's future for one person or for glory. To be fair to Rover, however, his risk was out of love. It was born out of his humanity. When faced with extinction, every alternative is preferable. But if mankind loses its humanity, then mankind is already extinct. While I despise characters who sacrifice humanity for power or for victory, Geshu Lin did not force others to do this, and he also sacrificed his own humanity first and foremost. Geshu Lin was pragmatic, and put the future of mankind over his own life. While I wouldn't say Geshu Lin was a good person, I can say that his final charge against Ovathrax was a pragmatic and strategic choice that ultimately semi-succeeded and left Jinzhou in a better position than when he became general. General Geshu Lin does not deserve the infamous reputation he has, and is focused solely on the short term rather than the long-term benefits it had. Several resonators awoke due to the battle with Ovathrax, such as Taoqi and Jiyan, ultimately increasing the quality of the Midnight Rangers. He did die in the process, though unfortunately for him, I doubt he'll be able to rest. If his soldiers can be turned into tacit discords, then so too can Geshu Lin. We have not seen the last of this general, but the next time we see him will likely be as an enemy, as a monster he sacrificed himself to. The warnings of sacrificing your humanity for power and for victory. Geshu Lin, in my opinion, is someone more along the lines of a tragic and a fallen hero.